Hello, good morning. I am Zach Rohde, and I am here to lead you into the relationship of your dreams using instinctual polarity and masculine and feminine communication. And the topic for today is about men. How masculine men, how healthy masculine men say, I love you. Do they say it with their words? They tell a woman, I love you? Or do they say it with their actions, through what they do for a woman? The reason I have brought up this topic is because I actually saw it recently, saw the idea on my timeline that a masculine man does not really say, I love you, that it's all done through action. And, there's justification for that that was used. But the entire justification, the entire argument for that is stemming from wounding. There is a point to it. There is a point. We're going to get to it. But the idea that a healthy masculine man whose heart is online, whose heart is open to his woman and to the world, wouldn't use verbal affirmations like, I love you. That is crazy. That is crazy. Of course, a masculine man would do that. I probably tell my daughter that I love her. She's 2. Upwards of 20 times a day. And I tell my wife, at least a couple times, 2-3 times a day, that I love her. Men that are unable to do that and don't want to do that, don't have that natural desire to do that verbally, have a block, they have a wound that they may use, because this is all unconscious, right? These processes are all unconscious. They'll justify that is masculine in some way. Here's what I'm going to say. The whole masculinity movement, understanding masculine energy, understanding what a masculine man is and what they do. Men who have wounds, who don't fully understand what this is all about, but may understand some of it, they can use some of these concepts to rationalize their own wounds. So one of these concepts is that absolutely a masculine man, a healthy masculine man, he's going to be mainly telling a woman's children that he loves them through action, right? Like a man who's only saying, hey, I love you, but he's not leading. He's not giving his leadership as a form of love to his woman and to his children. That's severe emasculation. Severe emasculation. His instinct is not online. He's operating from his wounds. A healthy masculine man is going to be always, throughout the day, he's going to be penetrating in his relationship. He's going to be leading throughout his relationship with love. And it's that's the message all the time is I love you. I'm doing these things because I love you, because otherwise, why would he be doing them? And of course, there's the actions, but more importantly, it's actually the intention behind the action, right? Because yes, some men could be doing certain actions like providing for a woman, not truly because he loves her, but because of obligation or because of self-worth issues where he needs to feel worthy enough. So he's got to do this stuff. And so his actions are not actually telling her that I love you. They're saying something else. But a healthy masculine man, his actions are going to always be saying that. And a woman's going to feel that. And his children are going to feel that because he's doing those actions. He's leading with his heart online, and they can feel that, right? Children, women, they're perceptive. They can sense what a man, with their father, with their husband, their boyfriend, what his intentions are when he's doing things. So having that understanding, that's a really great understanding for men to have, as well as for women to have. because it shows, man, yeah, you've got to be leading, and you got to be leading with your heart online, and that's how you're telling the people that you love them. That should be the primary way that you're doing that, and that's certainly the most important way for a man to do that, because that's his job, that's his role in the relationship, and as the head of the family. But then, of course, it is possible, because this does happen, where men will have some understanding of that, but they're not truly understanding things from an embodied place, more from a conceptual place. And so they'll justify that and believe that, okay, that's how a man should be. And it's totally okay if I'm not really communicating verbally much or at all. Because a masculine man, he tells a woman that he loves her through his actions. It's both. And there's one that's more important, but it's both. And there's absolutely an issue there if a man can't easily, effortlessly, and with enjoyment tell his loved ones that he loves them. And if any man has difficulty doing that, well, you got to move through that wound, just like anything else, right? Like, what am I teaching men and women to do on all of my videos, my masterclass, my academy program? You're moving through your fears and blocks, including the ones that you don't even fully realize are your blocks. You're shifting your unhealthy patterns and feeling whatever comes up as you do that. Shame, that's going to be a really big one. Guilt, maybe anxiety. You're shifting through the unhealthy behaviors, feeling the feelings underneath, which is what heals them. Ultimately, that's what heals the wounds. And then you're able to operate from a totally different place. Your behaviors are different. The way that you're showing up is different. So, an example with a woman, it's like sharing her feelings vulnerably, like saying, oh, like I feel really sad, instead of a behavior of judging or nagging to cover up the sadness or cover up whatever the pain or anxiety is, right? She's shifting through that discomfort. What I'm stating here is men will need to do that exact same thing with something like saying I love you. Like, and why would that happen in the first place? So to me, it's a difficult thing for me to put myself in a man's place who struggles with this. I had a father who always told me he loved me, both in actions and words. I'm very lucky. Like, I consider myself extremely blessed that I had that. Still had my problems in childhood for sure, but I had that. And it also comes extremely naturally to me. It's never been an issue that I've had to move through, but I've had to move through my issues. I've had to move, my biggest one has been the fear of leading my wife, leading any woman, telling her what to do out of love, out of care. Because I had a wound where I felt like I'd be imposing on her in some way. I'd be controlling her in some way. I'd be taking from her in some way if I were to be giving her loving directives. Okay. So I had to move through that wound along with many other wounds, right? And that's what my students have to do. Whatever the wound is, it doesn't matter. The process, it's going to be the same. And then you get to the other side and your love life starts to get so much better. Because guess what? If a man can't tell a woman or his children, I think it's even worse if he can't tell his children that he loves them freely and openly, that's going to cause them harm. even if he's able to show it in other ways, it's going to show them harm. And so it's a man's duty to be able to work through all of those wounds for his loved ones, but also for himself, right? Because if you're causing harm in your family and in your relationship, that's going to be coming back to you, right? That's going to be limiting your own experience, your own joy, and certainly your loved ones as well. So this is the process, folks. This is the process. Doesn't matter what the problem is, doesn't matter what the block is. You want to learn how to start shifting through that? Because it's one thing, you might be somewhat aware of what your blocks are, some of them anyway. And there's going to be a lot that you're not aware of yet. But it's another matter entirely to know how to move through them and where you're actually moving to, right? Like a woman who's stuck in judgments and blame and, low self-worth patterns where, maybe doormat stuff, approval seeking, or a man who's doing any of that stuff, who's reactive, who's apathetic, who's not leading in a healthy way. You need to know what the healthy behavior is. That's what we're going to show you. That's what we show our students in our academy program for sure. But in our masterclass program, that's what we are. Sorry, our master class, not our masterclass program. That's what we're going to show you for 2 hours. We're going to show you what is going wrong in your love life and how you can shift it by shifting your communication. And then we're going to role play for you exactly how to start shifting those patterns so that you can start to get a way better experience in your love life. And this can happen fast. You just need to be serious about it. You just need to take action. You just need to implement. You don't need to stay stuck in whatever you're dealing with. You just need the information, and then you need to actually start implementing it. ClarityMasterclass.com. Go there, sign up. We got one coming up in 6 days. Let's start shifting this for you. That's it for this one.